Hello peoples, welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Dungeon Progression Challenge, episode 35 today. As you can tell from the title, I'm doing Black Temple in Shadowmoon Valley of Outland. Here it is, Karabor, after all the ugliness that has transpired. So, the entrance to the raid, where is it? Well, you figure you might as well head in straight through the front door, but nope, you can't. It's blocked off through an invisible wall thing. You can't even run up straight to this portal here. Well, you can, but you'll see there's like this diagonally shaped invisible wall. And you can't even fly up to the temple proper. So, you want to head in through this little break in the wall. If you follow the Shadowmoon Valley Akama's quest line, it actually takes you right up into here, and it culminates into the raid itself. So I'm going to try to get as much of this into one video as I can. Hopefully, ideally, the whole thing. Maybe I can cut out some parts, to speed things along, because there's one part where you like double back in one thing. Oh, and I did get 2 pieces of tier 6. It was a small upgrade, so I've now got 2-piece set bonus of tier 6, and I still have 2 set bonus of tier 5, plus 50 strength for Bloodthirst, and tier 6 gives 10% damage on execute. Spirit of Olim, I think he is the one. Yeah, you may recognize him from Serpent Shrine Cavern. Once you defeat a certain number of bosses, well, not a certain number, but more like specific bosses, I forget which ones, you can quickly teleport throughout the raid. In case you wipe, that's what he was used for at the time. So you won't have to run all the way back from the beginning. So you start in the sewers. As always, you can check the map to see where to go. Take a right and then a left. Basically, you want to head straight up the hill. It's not really a hill, more like incline, whatever it's called. Fight your way through Naga, or not, as I'm choosing to do. I could even try to get some trash, mob drops, some greens, I don't know. The lowest item level thing I think that I still have is either trinkets, Drake Fang Talisman, I think this is from Blackwing Lair, and this from Anchorage, the temple. So first boss, High Warlord Nagentus. It's right behind these 2 elementals, Aqueous Lord, Aqueous. I like saying Aqueous. He's the first boss. He throws that large shell spike at players. It pins them for as long as it's on them. Someone has to click it and then obtain it as an item from Nagentus. Well, actually, while it was thrown on the player. So once they have it, they have to throw it at Nagentus once he puts up his bubble shield to pop it. Leather shoulders and agility pole arm that looks like this. Ooh. I feel like I've seen this before. Well, pretty cool looking if you're looking for pretty cool looking pole arms. So, you could try and skip Nagentus by heading to the left here, but once you get to the end, you'll find that the sewer gate is shut, so defeating him actually opens it, so you can only skip so far after him. Besides, like, one of the biggest raids in at the time, so they wouldn't make any boss skippable. They want to make it really super epic experience. Yeah, cool. Black Temple. We get to fight Illidan. And spiders. Die, spider. Yes. Doesn't that make you feel strong? Alright. Too bad Illidan's not a spider. I would squish him good. But sadly he's not, and I'm not prepared to defeat Spider Illidan. Alright, out of the sewers, finally. This looks pretty much like the same place you flew into, but with the invisible wall. With Supremus, the next boss, guarding the entrance to the actual temple. Basically, you fight your way through all the Shadowmoon Orcs, the Dragon Maw, Bone Chewers, and there are even a few flying around that would aggro. That sucks. But being high level, yeah, you get the luxury of skipping through everything. You can even get pretty close to this guy, and he doesn't even notice you. Illidari Fearbringer. Wormcaller. Now, Supremus spawns volcanoes that, I guess, shoot little globs of magma, blue fiery magma. Also a trail of fire that follows a player. He also has a chance to drop a pet. Mini Supremus? The name is similar to his. I forget what it is offhand. I can look it up, or maybe it can drop if I'm lucky. Oh yeah, and I think he'll once in a while fixate on a random player who's not the tank. A leather chest. A tank ring. Nope. And yeah, don't stand near the fire. Supremus. What is the pet name? Black Temple. Abyssius? Oh, okay. It's a mini Supremus, pretty much. That's it. I can summon him to show you. Rawr, Abyssius. I think he has some kind of idle animation if you leave him out long enough. And the other pets are Fragment of Desire, Fragment of Anger, Fragment of Desire, Anger, and what's the other one? Sorrow? Anger, Desire, Suffering, Sister of Temptation, and Leviathan Hatchling from Legentis. Okay, so once you get into the temple, you can go a number of ways. First, you want to go straight south to free Akama's soul. Illidan apparently has it chained up to keep him under control and make sure he doesn't do anything suspicious. He's right not to trust him, but thanks to adventurers and stuff, he's able to get back his soul and hooray, defeat Illidan, take back the temple. Stuff is taking annoyingly, long to kill compared to when I actually have proper gear. Now these groups, best thing to do probably would be to line of sight them around the pillars. You can get them all in one place, and I'm pretty sure one of them does like a frost shock, frost nova thing that roots you in place, and then you can't move to kill things. Really kind of sucks if you're melee. And if you pull a bunch of them, then you'll get rooted several times, even before you're able to move at all. Okay, so you want to clear the room first, if you're doing this at level 70, of course, before speaking to Akama to begin the encounter. The rescue of Akama's soul? What is this called? Spirit of Akama? Well, the Akama encounter. I think that's a good name for it. You start out, defeat the channelers, all the while little assortments of trash mobs are coming out of the side rooms. So yeah, wouldn't want to be which is dead. I wouldn't want to be dead. And I guess they keep channeling into Akama's soul to do something. I'm not sure what it does. And eventually he runs up, floats up to Akama to fight him. And I think you can just let Akama tank him. He's got 806k health pool. What is this? Increased damage taken. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Akama. Akama is actually doing that damage to Shade of Akama. There we go. That helps me out. The encounter is Shade of Akama. Myrmidon's Treads. Ooh. Is this an upgrade? I lose 4 strength from socket, 5 strength from just straight up thing. Not really an upgrade. Nor this. Yeah, that's what happens with the item squish. However, if anyone's looking for matching boots for tier 6 warrior, here they are. I think there's another one that also matches, but this is one of the two. I will take this, however, because I can sell it for money. Alright, leave the room where you came in. Akama and his Ash-Chung Deathsworn will celebrate and shout, "Hail Akama!" And basically spam your chat. Here, I'll leave it up so you can see. So, leave the room where you came in, take an immediate right, which is towards the southeastern corner of the main room. Sanctuary of Shadows, where you will make your way up towards a linear type area of the dungeon to face Gorefiend. What's his name? Gul'dan's, I guess, one of his primary disciples and followers. If you're interested in what Akama's up to, you can always read the chat, pause the video. All I'm going to do is fight my way through the trash all the way up to Gorefiend. Gorefiend? Terran Gorefiend? Shoot, what's he called in this one? Terran Gorefiend, yes. Okay, here we are. Terran Gorefiend, the first of the Death Knights. Oh, in case you're wondering, you can loot a lot of trash in here. It seems to like to drop a lot of epic quality Burning Crusade gems if you're looking for those for some reason. Here's Terran Fiend. I'm going to try to kill him as fast as possible. Oh shoot, Blade Storm's not up. Oh well, as fast as possible without Blade Storm. So, one thing he does, I think, is delegates one specific player to do something or other. I forget, but there's like a really interesting mechanic where a player has to like become a ghost or a spirit and defeat some of the ads that he spawns. Sounds like a lot of fun. I read up on the fight, but I didn't actually see a video or try it myself. It's cool. I think what else? Well, basic shadowy type ghost stuff. I don't know too much about him apart from that. Well, as soon as you're done with Gorfiend, just head back the way you came into the Sanctuary of Shadows. And once you find yourself back at the Sanctuary of Shadows, you can head up the stairs. And thanks to freeing Akama's soul, all the Ash-Tongue Deathsworn, whatever, all of them are now friendly, and you can walk freely amongst them. The Quartermaster is actually up here, where you can buy all kinds of fancy, cool patterns and whatever else. I already know this, I know this. And a unique class trinket. Mortal Strike, Bloodthirst, Shield Slam, chance to heal me, and grant strength. Does not actually provide anything passively. You don't, Well, I could add reputation items to the Rules of Dungeon Progression Challenge, just as long as they are the same item level as the stuff you're currently trying to run. So, I couldn't get 141 stuff until I run a raid or have run a raid that drops this stuff or higher. I don't really want that, so anyways, actually stopping by there is optional. So head up the stairs just to pretty much cut across to the top right corner, and then you want to hang another right once you get down in there. Hello, Bone Slicer, Heart Seeker, and Night Lord. Ash-Tongue Stalker. These guys would sneak out of the shadows and attack you if you didn't do Shade of Akama encounter already. One interesting thing, I'm pretty sure I know what rogues have been doing sometimes. They would walk into Black Temple, pickpocket these behemoths, and thanks to a glyph, their appearance would mimic that of a pickpocketed target because of that glyph. And then they would, I guess, use Swap Blaster to swap appearances with another player. And then they would walk around as a giant behemoth orc. And you can also use Akali's Sky Mirror, Toy Box, Ayali's Sky Mirror. Okay, so once you head into this room, where did I come in? Where did I come in? Oh, here. Came in through here, went down this way, and this is the last boss of the video. Through the Shrine of Lost Souls. You got a lot of angered soul fragments that are sort of invisible that will pop up and try to fight you. Now, don't go too far down the ramp or you will start the fight, the boss encounter. Basically, gather everything up around this corner so that you can take them all down at once. Then you're ready to head into the, not sure what this is called, Reliquary of Souls encounter. There's one in Forge of Souls in Wrath. What's that called? Forge of Souls, Devourer of Souls. So yeah, this is the Reliquary of Souls boss encounter of Black Temple. It's a 3-part encounter with like intermission phases, each with its own special property. Starts with Essence of Suffering, which reduces all healing done. So everyone, including healers, have to damage this Essence of Suffering as long as possible because healing is useless. However, I think shields, like Power Word Shield, still works. Paladin Mastery, however, yeah, Paladins at level 70 don't get Mastery. So in between each third, each third boss, each phase. You got all these ghosts coming out, but the good thing about that is when they die, they grant a huge chunk of mana and health to anyone nearby. And once they're all gone, or if you take too long, the next one comes out. This one is Essence of Desire. It does a fear. Another thing, I think, not sure if it's this one or the next one, it does Seethe. The damage you deal also deals damage to other players or yourself. Spirit Shock, that's it, that's the fear. It's a fast cast, so if you're quick to interrupt it, you're pretty well off. Now I could chase these ghosts around, but I'm just going to wait till they all spawn. In other words, wait until all these spotlights stop showing up, and just take them all out at once. It's much faster that way. Oh, and if you're curious, Black Temple also drops a lot of pets. I said before, Supremus drops one with Abyssius. Reliquary of Souls is unique in that it has a chance to drop one of 3 pets. Now, I haven't seen it happen, but I'm assuming it only drops 1 pet at a time. So if it drops a pet, it will only drop one of them. It's sort of like its own unique pet loot table. Essence of Anger is the last one. Increases your damage done, of course. Deals shadow damage over time. Increases damage dealt. Effects increase over time. Sort of like final phase Enrage type phase. Leather Grips. That looks pretty cool, actually. Leather Wrist for healer. And a Dawn Steel Bracers pattern. Well, no pets, no real upgrades just yet. Did I even get any upgrades from this raid yet? I don't think so. Well, maybe later on in the next video. And with that, if you like this video, leave a like. And if you want to follow along with the series or what happens next, or anything else on my channel, feel free to subscribe as well. Next time I'll do Kurtag Blood Boil, Mother Shiraz, the Illidari Council, and Illidan himself. Till then, be well, stay well, and farewell.